Uh, Thank you. I was welcomed by my friend Poshini to this Zoom call. Without getting into this structural thing, I'll just start my slide presentation. Can you all see this slide?
Yes, sir, we can.
Yes. This is Dr. Manjunath. I work as a planning commission member for Government of Karnataka. I do work as a research expert in the committee floated by the Government of India. That's my small background. Uh, we run an ashram called Gandhian School of Natural Farming in Tumakuru. So we run with an ideology of Mahatma Gandhi, J.C. Kumarappa, and Masanobu Fukuoka, who is called the father of natural farming. So yes, so a lot of doctors are there with me today. Let me see the historical evidences of this mass toxicity. Before getting into this food toxicity, we need to see this mass toxicity which happened in the year 1976 until 2000 uh, in the area called Kasaragod in Kerala due to this tea mosquito bug. It's one of the pests encountered for cashew plantation. So in order to kill this particular pest, a series of spray was given actually. There was basically an aerial spray. The aerial spray, according to 1968 Pesticide Act, is not legal. So they took the permission of the central government and they made the spray. What was the effect? Did they able to combat that particular pest? No. Now also it's a superbug. Now it is a polyphagus. It was attacking on the cashew nut. Now it is attacking on the neem. It is attacking on the mangoes, attacking on the jamun. It has become a polyphagus. I mean to say, it has become a superbug. In one case, you made a superbug. Second case, every doctors know this is incidents. Still now people are fighting in the Supreme Court. So this is a mass genocide happened in the year 1976 in Kasaragod. This is one of the most tragedy in the history of India. With this, I will start my whole discussion. Now we will get into this pesticide usage in different crops in India. Now, Poshini and other friends are more worried about this toxicity. They are worried about this malnutrition. They are worried about this in vitro games. So, majority of the Indians consumes more cereals. Now the cereals, you assume that almost it's everything is in metric tons. See, unit is in metric tons. This is the consumption of pesticides in the year 2021, 22, and 23, 24. This is the latest data what I'm presenting to you. The cereals go with the higher end. Highest pesticides are dumped to the cereals. People have this misnomer that they confuse millets also in a different ball game. But in agriculture food sector, cereals means pulses. I'm sorry, millets also. Millets also considered to be a cereals. So cereals consumes almost 20,000 metric tons of pesticides, huge pesticides, followed by all the vegetables, pulses, oil seeds, and more with respect to fruits, especially this pomegranate. I'll let you know which are all the crops which has been flooded with the pesticides. Now, vegetables, pulses, oil seeds, fruits, cash crops. What is this cash crops? Sugarcane, cotton, tobacco. These are the cash crops. So almost everyone goes to this 5,500 to 7,000 metric tons. So we consumes, on an average, we consumes 260 kgs. This is a per capita consumption of food right now. It's 260 kgs. In that particular 260 kg, 150 to 180 kg will be the cereals. Why people are diabetic? Why people are getting into more carcinogenic factors? We are using more cereals. Cereals are not dangerous. The pesticides which are dumped into the cereals, that's basically. So other crops means there are certain non-cultivable fruits which are not cultivable by the farmers, like your Rampala, Lakshmanpala, Sithapala, Nerale, we call Jamun. These are the categorized as non-cultivable fruits and vegetables. And rest of the things, almost 5,000 to 7,000 metric tons. Highest is the cereals. And now we'll get into the biopesticides. We have got this biopesticides. Like we use trichoderma, pseudomonas. Pseudomonas means doctors will be afraid of it. We use pseudomonas fluorescens that is not harmful for the human being. No need to panic. So consumption of this biopesticides is very, very mere. 2019-20 you can see 146. 2020-21 140. 2021-22 190, 169. We're absolutely on an average of 150 metric tons is, that's it, 150 metric tons. But the pesticide is 6,000 metric tons to 20,000 metric tons. And it's very minimum with respect to biopesticides are concerned. Though biopesticides are absolutely a fantastic game changers in agriculture that we do in organic and natural farming. So there are no importance. There is a ministry of chemicals and fertilizers. There are no ministries for the natural farming or organic farming is concerned. No good things are encouraged in India. So let me see the trend in this pesticide. Now there is a government policy for this natural farming, organic farming. But with all that gimmick, the trend in pesticide market is something around $9.5 billion. That is what the government is aiming towards. In 2028 to 2030, we are aiming about 9.5 billion US dollars with respect to pesticides are concerned. So where we are heading towards. Today, I think my mother's time, in that time, diabetic was not an issue. Cancer was very rarely discussed issue. Now today, everywhere, according to additional director, Government of India, she's Rana, she says, she's a medical doctor, basically IAS officer, she says, 1 in 10 is affected. Means every 10 people, 1 person is affected by cancer. That's what she says. Now, I think after 2030, it will go for 3 to 4, definitely. So cancer will become one of the, it's an ordinary like fever or something like diabetic. It will go spread like anything. So this is a trend of pesticide use. You should know the source behind these problems. Addressing the human health is not a big ball game. You need to go with the source of it, where we are basically stuck with. So this pesticide is a broad terminology. In that pesticides, there are something called weedicides, something called fungicides, something called insecticides. So these herbicides are major killers. We use these herbicides to kill the weeds. They are the main carcinogenic elements. It has been proved across the globe. The food is getting contaminated, the soil will get contaminated, the water will get contaminated, the whole food chain will get disturbed. It has proven across the globe. Not only human beings. It is said that once you spray the herbicide to your farm, it takes almost 30 years to revive it organically. Though you practice organic farming, it will take almost 30 years for a farmer to get back to virgin scenario. That's the major killer. I'll tell you the lobby behind this herbicides, everything and all. So this human being, especially the farmers who contribute almost 62% of the whole population. It was 70%, now it is 62%, where 51% are the direct farmers. Means the income, the economy is directly dependent upon the agriculture. That's called direct farmers. That's 51% of the global, means Indian population. So he's directly exposed. He sprays the herbicides. He keeps that herbicide in his house. He eats that herbicide food. He packs that herbicide food. Directly the farmers are exposed. He is the first victim, followed by the consumers. So the study has been done by my friend Prakash Kammadi, who was the price commissioner, ex-price commissioner. He took the blood samples of almost 762 farmers nearby Kanakpura. 100% of the blood has been affected. 100% means farmers are the first killers, means the first victims of this herbicides. So now, who owns this share of herbicides? What is this mega industry is about? And what is the history of it? Are they getting penalized? Yes. The big boss is Monsanto. Now the Monsanto means Monsanto in America and other parts of the globe, almost 10,000 cases were being filed. So millions and trillions of dollars has been penalized in the United States itself, where he owns that particular herbicide company. So it's in billions and millions and billions, means the penalty was in millions and billions. So what he made a strategy is that he merged with Bayer. Bayer is one of the multinational company. So now Monsanto is not Monsanto. Monsanto has merged with the Bayer. Two underworld dons has been merged together in the herbicide sectors. And now the game is different. Now the whole seeds industry, almost 20% of the seed industry is controlled by the Monsanto and Bayer across the globe. And 36% of the herbicides stake across the globe is owned by Bayer. They are now getting into genetically modified foods also, that we'll discuss later on. So these Monsanto, Bill Gates, directly the owner called Bill Gates, he is the owner of this company. So he attacks each and every country. He says climate smart agriculture in Africa. He uses the word climate change agriculture in India. In different notion, he's getting into different sectors in the different countries. That's a lobby. He is that person. Now the major game is that by using the CRISPR technology, he is getting into Indian market for genetically modified foods. So the Bayer is the one who takes the major share in herbicides company, though it is being penalized across the globe, millions and now let's we see the history. Now we saw something about the history. Now the fate of India. Now in 2023, the MOU has been signed by ICR with a Bayer. I told you Bayer is not Bayer. Bayer plus Monsanto. The ICR, Indian Council for Agriculture Research, signed an agreement with Bayer company. What is that agreement says? You can Google and you can get the document. It says that we will dictate the seats. We'll get you the seats of the Indian market. We'll control. We'll control the technology. We'll control the robotics. We'll control the artificial intelligence. And we're also getting into knowledge system. So now Indian agriculture research system knowledge, the research, the technology, everything has been taken over by the Bayer. ICR has signed this agreement in 2023, September 1st. This is a context now. A very serious and alarming issue. And now the major MOU is with respect to genetically modified crop. Please listen my words carefully. A lot of people think that genetically modified crop means they are working on certain pest like BT cotton, Bacillus thuringiensis. Initially, they started with BT cotton. BT stands for Bacillus thuringiensis. It's a bacteria found in the soil. Genetically modified Bacillus thuringiensis. Right? It's a bacillus. Initially, they worked on that particular pest in cotton called Helicoverpa armigera. It's a borer basically. They took the strain from Bacillus thuringiensis. They used the vector called Agrobacterium tumefaciens, again a soil bacteria. They incorporated into the cotton. So the whole cotton becomes systemic. Now the cotton is systemic, and the whole mother cotton plant is emitting the chemical, synthetic chemical, exudate, which is against Helicoverpa armigera. That was the story. And it was not successful, to your notice. It was not successful. Only 2 years it was successful. So they started with Bacillus thuringiensis. That type of genetically modified system was there. In India, for food crops, it was not allowed. For the food crops, genetic modification was not allowed. But last year, there was a policy by the government of India on genetically modified food. They want to bring up a policy. Why? Because Bill Gates entered into the Indian market. We made a satyagraha in our ashram. 7,000 to 8,000 people participated, like that, in different parts of country. And we took a stay in Supreme Court. That's a different angle. Now the food policy has been interstate. Now the BJP government says that we will give the stay. I know it's only a time-bounded theory. Back to pavilion. Now they were only into cotton. They were only into the cotton, which was non-food. Now they are getting into this food crops. The first food crops is mustard, genetically modified mustard. That's where they are entering into. In USA, 80% of the food has been genetically modified. Now they're getting into India on genetically modified mustard. And research are taking up in different crops like rice, like sugarcane, like other crops. They're getting into. They're now getting into mustard. Now let me see the lobby behind this, the whole deal. Poshni, do you want to go with this history of this genetically modified mustard? Okay, if that is the case, I'll go back.
Yes, definitely, sir.
Okay. Why? Because time may be the sector. Okay,
Not
fine.
at all, sir. Please go
Okay,
ahead.
okay. This, what is this genetically modified mustard is about? I'll tell you how the screening process will go on. This mustard belonged to a family called Brassica. So India has got more than 5,000 Brassica species. More than 5,000. So India is hub for this mustard. And now, how this research is done? They'll put a poly house, big poly house. Why? Because cross-pollination should not happen. So they'll put a poly house. They will take this virtually by this insightful journey of the scientist. He will pick something around 1,500 to 2,000 genes. Okay, seeds, we call seeds. A small sample of seeds. We have got 5,000 wild species of Brassica. On this knowledge and wisdom, he will select 1,000 to 1,500 small seeds, means different varieties of Brassica. He'll put a poly house and we'll have small pots. Each pot will accommodate 10 to 15 plants. Like that, we'll take a pot. We'll sow the seeds, means 1,500 varieties of this mustard will be sown inside the soil, inside the pot. He will grow that. He'll grow that for 60 days. Let it grow vibrantly, but use a lot of organic stuffs, a lot of chemicals, everything he'll put for all this 1,500 mustard species. Everyone will grow. One day, assumption on the 55th or 56th day, assumption on the high vigorous stage, he will spray one dose of herbicide. A known dose of herbicide spray will be given by that particular scientist. One day, a big spray, volume of jet spray will be given to the 1,500 species, varieties. What will happen? Assumption, 1,000 species will die automatically. Why? Because herbicides are very toxic. 1,000 species will die. This is an assumption factor for your discussion. What is the rest? Is 500. They'll grow. They will sustain. They will tolerate. That's a technical word called tolerant. And after 3 days, he will wait. He will introduce 5 to 6 PhD students. Keep on observing that 500 plants. And after third day, Assumption 300 plants will die. Rest is 200 plants. This is called screening. Keep on doing it. After 10th or 11th day, only 5 to 6 plant will thrive. They will tolerate. Rest will die. My question is that, means a scientist question is that, why these plants thrive in that particular dose? There are certain genes who can tolerate. That tolerance is there. Now, he will take that 5 to 6 plants. He will get into the lab. That's called biotechnology lab. He will screen that particular DNA. We call sequencing, ATGC sequencing. He keeps on searching that sequence. There are certain sequence. He will identify markers. He uses the markers and he will identify that particular sequence is the one who is an ultimate factor for the tolerance. That particular herbicide, they're tolerating that. So he will cut that gene. He will give to that owner, Bayer. Yes, Monsanto, Bill Gates. Yes, I identified this particular genes by using my markers. And now you can go with the patent. The next step is the patent. Next, that particular sequence of gene will be named like Bayer 1, Bayer 2, Manjunath 1, Poshni 1, whatever the name they want. They will quote that particular name and they will get the patent done internationally. Now it's said that no other companies, no other human being should do that particular work. That's called patent. He will take that patent. He is a boss across the globe. Now the game starts. Now he comes to India. He says, I got this particular genes. Now I will incorporate this particular gene to your variety. You people are growing some varieties of mustard. The problem is that in Punjab, Haryana and all, they use a lot of mustard oil. Your farmers are spraying this herbicide to kill the herbs. But the problem is that your mustard is suffering. I will introduce this particular gene to your mustard so that your mustard become tolerance. Once your mustard is tolerance, any amount of herbicides given by the farmer need not to panic. Your crop will not go anywhere. Only the herbs will die, the weeds will die. Nothing to panic about this particular mustard. He will get a good harvest, good money. That's what the advocacy is about. And now the game is different. You know this. If you see the evidences across the globe, wherever there is an genetically modified herbicide tolerance, historically in cotton it was Helicoverpa armigera, BT. Now the whole ideology of this Bayer is only into herbicide tolerance. 80% of the research of Bill Gates is only into herbicide tolerance. Why? Because he owns the company of glyphosate herbicide also. Now he will sell the glyphosate in one window. He will sell the seeds in one window. Another window, I mean to say. So it is said that wherever this genetically modified herbicide tolerance technology is adapted, wherever the country, the farmers will spray 362 times more. Today you are spraying 1 liters of herbicide, you will spray 360 times. And now, what's the fate? Being a doctor, it's very simple. It is proven across, it's carcinogenic for the human being. The whole food chain get disturbed. And now who owns this pharma company? So he destroyed agriculture. He controls food system. In agriculture, he take the patent of this particular technology and he also owns this herbicide. He owns this technology. Everything is owned from seed to market. And also the swing is on pharma also. Means he controls it. You know, this COVID and all, he is a person who introduces drugs and all to India. I'll not get into that narrative. So end of the day, this is what the fate is about. So unfortunately, Indian government is also toward this particular swing. They want to give space to this herbicide tolerant crops, means genetically modified food policy. That's what the history and small screening discussion is about. How did this lobby altogether started in India? Do you think it started in 1962? No. A lot of people say chemical fertilizers means green revolution 1962. No. Yes. In the year 1947, where we got the independence, May 22nd, Rockefeller Foundation already made an MOU with our Indian government that we will share our knowledge. We will share our knowledge. We'll guide you people how to proceed towards a food policy in India. You people are independent right now. So you don't know how the magic goes on with respect to knowledge or something. So no need to panic. We are there with you. The Rockefeller Foundation signed an MOU in the year May 22nd, 1947, sharing the knowledge for Indian agriculture system. That's what the MOU says about. In the year 1961, I studied in the University of Agriculture Sciences, GKVK, Bangalore. So in the year 1961, Rockefeller Foundation initiated with a committee, again headed by those Cummings, means that's a committee headed by this particular fellow. He belongs to that Rockefeller Foundation. So Rockefeller Foundation headed that committee, and they started a college and university called University of Agriculture Sciences, GKVK, Bangalore, in the year 1961. It's very simple. They are injected the system, agriculture system, got injected by Rockefeller Foundation. You know this Pantnagar University? Heard about this Pantnagar University? They are pioneers in the genetically modified foods, basically. They are the one who are working on this GPB, genetics and plant breeding. The Pantnagar University, their Rockefeller Foundation, Ford Foundation, United States Agriculture for International Development, everyone pitched in. Pantnagar is a symbol of successful partnership between India and the United States. That's what Pantnagar says. US greatly influenced the development of the universities through its funding of several university programs. All the programs has been funded by the Rockefeller Foundation by the United States. Many of the university research activities were funded by Rockefeller Foundation, the Ford Foundation, the Indo-US Technical Corporation program. Means everything has been dictated by the United States. The establishment of this university brought about a revolution in agriculture, education, research and extension. This is what Pantnagar says. It paved a way for setting up 41 other universities in the country. That's a magic. This Pantnagar University gave rise to other 41 universities across the nation. And the magic behind is the Ford and the Rockefeller Foundation. They are the thought brains behind this. In the year 1971, there is something called FCI Act, Food Corporation of India. We receive the free food almost for the poor people, right? So that is 1971 FCI Act. That is from the FCI Act. What I observed from this PDS system, primary distribution system, right? It's a part of FCI Act. So in the year 1970, Mexican wheat was introduced to India. Mexican wheat was introduced to India, and they made in 1971 maximum MSP was given to Mexican wheat. It is said that 90% of the population should eat this Mexican wheat. Why? Because Norman E. Borlaug, who was the father of this green revolution in the United States, he did his genetics and plant breeding. He's the father of this green revolution. So that's the reason we need to eat this particular crop. Why? Because he's the father. So they introduced this Mexican wheat and they globalized by giving maximum MSP in the year 1970. Okay, that's one game. Now also in 2023, what we are getting in PDA system, it is hybrid rice. You're not getting any red rice. You are getting hybrid rice. You are getting Mexican wheat. You are getting palm oil. You are getting sugar. You observe. Being a doctor, you observe this PDA system. What is the end result? You will get more diabetic patients. You will get fantastic BP, cardio-related, obesity, finally cancer-like disease. System itself is a promotion of this disease. What you doctors will do, whether you're an oncologist or diabetic, whatever, I don't know. Whatever you what can you do? One, you can make use of this fantastic utilization program, 1971, and make good money. That's one part. Or if you really want to fight with the source, understand the whole scenario between this. You need to study the history. What happened in 1971? All this junk baskets. It's basket basically. All this junk basket given free of cost to the people, creating a lot of economy, pharma economy. Next chapter is pharma economy. MNCs, so-called philanthropist foundations like same Bill Gates Foundation, operating internationally and nationally. Now, last time budget, if you see the budget of Government of India, it says we need to eye on 1 trillion economy in pharma. You want to hit 1 trillion economy in pharma? I can remember one of the story of Gandhi. One person will write a letter from Chennai to Gandhi saying that we need to inaugurate an hospital in Tamil Nadu. It's a leprosy hospital. Please, you need to come and inaugurate this. That was a letter given by the hospital owner to Gandhi. And Gandhi says, yes, I do come. I will come for the inauguration. And I will make sure within 2 years, the leprosy should not be there in India. I will make sure leprosy should not be there in India. But I will inaugurate now. Why? Because that's a short-term strategy. Hospitals are short-term strategies. I'm not denying it. But in long term, you need to eradicate it. But what is that government is doing? They are building the economy. This is not the They should not be the ambitious of any governance. Sorry. Okay, now let me get into the pharma, your own pet subject. Do you think pharma is only for the human beings? Pharma, I only 20% on the human beings. Whole pharma production, 20% goes to human beings and 80% goes to animals. If a dose of medicine is injected to Poshni or Manjunath, he or she will die immediately. But that dose can be injected to animals like horse, like your cow, like your buffalo, like your chicken, like your goat, sheep, pig. So high dose will be injected to the animals and certain dose can be injected to the human beings. So pharma main game is not human beings, it's on animals. Unfortunately, all those animals are again eaten by the human being only. What you will do after injecting to the chicken? What you will do after injecting to the sheep and goat or buffalo or cow? Human being will start eating it. In the food chain, he is a major victim. Why? Because he eats everything. I'm not against a vegetarian or non-vegetarian or whatever. That's a different ball game. But this is a fact. Animals are injected in dose and dose and dose. I'm a non-vegetarian. Initially, 20-25 years back, my father used to bring the chicken. It was 6.5 to 8 months old chicken. Something about 800 grams. That's a desi backyard poultry chicken. Now I go to my shop. He gives me 3.2 kg weight chicken, which is almost 32 days. Every day 100 grams weight will be put on. How can any animal put on 100 grams? And how can 3.2 kg in just 32 days? So it's basically this pharma. We are eating all this medicines, that's all. So same thing happens to poultry, same thing happens to sheep, same thing happens to goat, everywhere. Without injection, this oxytocin is injected to the buffaloes and cows also to get the milk. In all our villages, they use oxytocin. So this is a fate of pharma. I'm just telling you, all this injected to the animal only, means human being only. All this plant, they spray herbicide to plant, we are eating plant. They are spraying something to fruits and vegetables, we are eating it. They are going for cereals, we are eating it. They're getting into chicken, we are eating it. Poultry, we are eating it. Everything, everything, everything. All these residues are getting into the human body. And food chain, I'm not denying it. But as a human being, I'm saying all this are getting injected to the human being. What doctors can do, I don't know. Again, the summary is very simple. All this education, agri inputs, technology, research, software, datas, IPRs, and patents. In the end, he is a winner. That's where his whole game is about. He is Mr. Gates. And let me know what is the way forward. What is that we need to do now? This is where we are locked. This is a source. Understanding the source, understanding the policy, what best I and Poshini and other friends should do now. What is the way forward? The good thing is about, it's not about how much you eat. What is that you need to eat? A lot of doctors says eat cauliflowers, broccoli, cabbage. Please, I request doctors not to advise that. Those crucifer family are affected by a pest called diamond black moth, DBM. You search in the Google, it's called DBM. We use a lot of toxic pesticides to eradicate this DBA. DBM has become a superbug now. No chemicals are working. So we are flooding the pesticides to the eradication of this DBM. So now tell me what to eat. You're diabetic, a lot of videos will come to me. If you're diabetic, early in the morning, you eat all this cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli, and you'll be healthy. And I'm telling you, okay, you are free from diabetic, but you are into cancer. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಕನ್ನಡದ ಗಾದೆ ಇದೆ, ಅಪ್ಪನ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೋಗಿ ಅವ್ರ ಅಪ್ಪನ್ ಮಾಡ್ದಂಗೆ ಅಂತ. Right? To eradicate something, you're getting something bonus extra. So, people say about turmeric, just to quote an example, it's not about turmeric, it's about curcumin. In chemical farming, just to quote an example of some other crops, in chemical farming, the curcumin percentage will be 2.5, not more than that. In good organic farms, it is something around 4.5 to 7. I've seen a lot of test report, even crossing 6.5 to 6.8. So that's a curcumin. If you're speaking about this rice, I go with secondary metaboloids and flavonoids especially. I need more flavonoids. Aromatic rice, black rice, red rice, more the darker, more the pigmentation, fantastic. Eat anything, it should be more with the pigments. It's not that how much we are eating, what is the quality? What is that ultimately you need to reach in your life? What is the ultimate secret of life? As per the Zen saying, it said, the secret of life is to live. Why I am here? To live and exist healthily. That's the magic of life, right? That's the secret of life. So if you need to live, you need to have a food. This is the commodity. That's the reason Government of India says it's a commodity. They doesn't target this as a food. It comes under Commodity Act, Essential Commodity Act 1955. They did not say as a food basically. They are saying about commodity. I'm not speaking about any commodity. I'm speaking about the food. There is no difference between food and nutrition. People say food and nutrition. No. Commodities are different. Food is different. You need to understand what we are today. The whole India is speaking about the commodity. Government is also speaking about the commodity. But today, what we need to discuss is about the food. There is nothing called nutritious food. Food itself is nutritious. Food itself should be nutritious. So it's about vitamins, more the minerals, more the secondary metaboloids, more the flavonoids, more the aroma. You're done. People will say a lot of debates especially educated people, one who doesn't practice organic farming, they say organic farming is slow, organic farming is not viable. How can organic farming feed India? This is a problem of this, the people who do only the advocacy. In a real sense, I will give you a simple example, not a complicated example. We have got a coconut orchard, something around 3.5 acres in our ashram. It's a coconut orchard, assumption. A nearby farmer also has got a coconut orchard of 3.5 acres. Same thing. In 1 acre, he has got 40 plants. I've also got 40 plants. He practices monocropping, means he crop only the coconut. He depends only on the coconut. But here in my garden, I do have coconut. I do have cocoa. I do have turmeric. I do have ginger. I do have pepper. I do have cardamom. I do have vanilla. I do have elephant futam. I do have sweet potatoes. I do have tapioca. What is the viability you're speaking then? Economically also I'm viable, much more. Why? Because I'm into this integrated farming approach. Ecologically also I'm much more viable. I'm more climate resilient than you. There is no soil evaporation going on in my plot. There is no degradation of land. There is no degradation of organic content. Every year my organic content is getting higher and higher. Every year my yield is going higher. I'm into the sustenance. Sustenance not only I'm saying with respect to economy, sustenance with respect to the planet. Forget about all these things. I need food again. I need best turmeric. I need best moringa. I need best gooseberry. Who will give? I told you, ultimate life is about living. I am living my peaceful life with a decent economy. So I can feed double India, means the population, what you're speaking, I can, with the formula of good organic farming, if the population, what you are targeting is 140, I can target 280. That amount of crops. Why these people are doing like this? Why they are giving nonsense and bad ideology on this organic and natural farming? Why? Because this is not dependent on any of the corporates. A community can do this. Nobody can control us. The seeds are controlled by farmers. The sovereignty of farmers has been controlled. So that's the reason all the fake nonsense will be disturbed everywhere. Please come to Ashram. We have got something around 63,100 farmers across the southern part. Go and visit all the farmers. I will give the phone numbers now only after the Zoom call. Any farm. Go and discuss with the farmer. So this is just a misnomer of the capitalistic societies. And they keep on funding these writers. The writers are from Hindu, from Deccan Herald. They're funded by the people. Maximum people are funded. I'm not saying everyone. Maximum people are funded by the corporates. And they're not practitioners. Secondly, they're not practitioners. They doesn't know the ABCD of this organic farming. So I'm saying for the sustenance of this planet, you need to get into natural farming. For the sustenance of the people, you need to get in. And very importantly, India has this per capita land availability. Now, why these Americans are afraid of organic farming? They're a bit afraid of organic farming, Americans. Do you know why? The per capita land availability in America or Australia. In Australia, it is 3,900 acres. One farmer will own 3,900 acres of farm in Australia, almost 400 to 450 acres easily in America. So they can't practice this type of agriculture. In India, it is only 3.5 to 4 acres. Where is 4,000 acres? Where is 500 acres? And where is 4 acre? And what is the population of India? We have 140 crore population. There's a huge human resource. And we are tropical India. We are blessed with lots of sunlight, solar energy. We need not to worry about this carbon energy. Means no fossil fuels, sorry. No oil fuel, sorry. This oil, everywhere the globe is fighting for the oil market. And tropical India, we are blessed with the solar energy. We are blessed with the animals. But the right party keep on glamorizing only about the cows. No, we are blessed with a lot of buffaloes, lot of sheep, lot of goats. So we are blessed with the animals. We are blessed with the human being. The soil is blessed with the spiritual notions. We have got a lot of history behind the soil. I'm asking a simple question. Why Portugal attacked India? Why Dutch attacked India? Why Mughals? Why Britishers? We were rich in the resources. That's the reason they attacked. Why you need to attack me tomorrow? If I got a resource in my house, why you are attacking Bosnia is attacking me? Some knowledge may be there with Manjunath. It may be or may not be. That's a different issue. Why people do attack? There's something. That's the reason they attack. If something in ours, then why need to? They need to. So India had that resource, huge natural resource. So we can do it. And we are the only people who can do it. Again, I'm saying human resource is very high. The per capita land availability is only 4 acres. The animal population is very high. And we are the people who can work. We have got fantastic working people. And if you see the history of India, more than 50% of the people are farmers. What best do you need to? Get into MSP, give more subsidies, give more incentives for the production, tell the farmers to get into organic farming, intensify. Don't invest on pharma industry. Huge capital that will devastate your genes means I think there will be a civilization collapse if you keep on pumping into pharma industries. I'm not denying the pharma industry, but yes, there's a limit for everything. I told you the tropical soils diversity is the key. Once you have this plant diversity, people speak about this COP30, COP29, COP31, 32, 33 will come. They speak about this green energy, right? The green energy means green energy. You need to invest on trees. You need to work on farmers. You can't build the green like anything. You need to take care of the farmers. Farmers will take care of the food production. Farmers will take care of the green. So it is not the green energy, it is a farmer's energy. You need to take care of the farmer's energy, upscale the farmer's energy, go with the welfare of the farmers. They will take the rest of the chapters later on. No people on the planet, no sectors on the planet can save this climate change issue. You can combat climate change issue only by dealing with the farmers. Okay, they are the only people on the earth who can save planet, honestly speaking. The rest of the all people can do an advocacy, can do all this nonsense. So how it is possible? Bring the diversity. Once there is a plant diversity, automatically there will be insect diversity, automatically bird diversity, automatically microbial diversity, automatically everything will sustain automatically. Means the carbon will be higher, the water percolation will be higher. It will take care of the rest of all the things. So diversity is the key. Not only agriculture, I'm not saying only agriculture, diversity, ecological agriculture. Keep on diversifying the system. And now who will do it? Forget about this governance. If governance don't do that, who will do that? It's called the consumer's revolution. End of the day, I need to. It is my duty. As a consumer, I will go in search of organic farmer. I will go in search of natural farmer. I will go in search of ecological farmer. What they will ask? If the market tomato is 30 rupee, he may ask 35 rupee to 40 rupee. A farmer, I'm saying, I'm not dealing with any of the traders and all. Do you know what is that farmer getting in the outside market? If you take the tomato of 30 rupees in the market on an average, the farmer will be getting 7 to 8 rupee. If you directly pay 35 rupee to organic farmer, see his economy. Everyone says why organic farming is or organic products are costly. Very simple statement. Organic farmers are not subsidized in India. There is no subsidy for organic farming. They say subsidy only peanut. I'll tell you what is the subsidy for chemical farming. Just quote in one example like urea, which is a very outstanding fertilizer where everyone discusses about urea. 3,000 rupee urea will be sold at the cost of 350 rupees to farmers. means it is almost 88% to 90% subsidized. 90% subsidy is given for urea. DAP is subsidized, urea is subsidized, cooperative societies are there, banking sectors are there. Go and give the project report that you are doing a natural farming and integrated farming to the bank. They will say, no, we don't have any options for you. We can't lend you the money. You say, I do pomegranate, he will give the money. You say, I do grapes, you give the money. Means the banking sectors are also being designed for the promotion of this capitalist society. You can't get the loan also. So if this is a fate of organic farmer, he need to bring the compost, he need to inoculate it, he need to do everything. So if the market papaya is 30 rupees, subsidized farmer, automatically this can be 45 rupee. Simple common sense. So now, for you, being a consumer, if the market is 35 rupee, paying 40 rupee is not a rocket science. You are promoting organic farmers up to that threshold level. How the policy works? I work in a policy, that's the reason I will tell you now. The policy demands certain scale. They will keep on observing the whole society, the trend. In 100, in the population of 100, if something hits to 15, 16, they will start funding in a small way, both in the research and also for the farmers, like what the thing is going for the organic and natural farming. If it scales up to 30 to 40, then the policy will come into picture. They can't provide the policy automatically to 5 to 6% of the farmers. So now it's in the threshold level. Now this threshold level has to be increased. The scaling up should happen. Once the scaling happens to 30%, then the policy will come into picture. Why? Because I work in both the state policy and also in the central policy. There's a research going on in the natural farming. It takes time. Once we hit that particular scale, how to hit that particular scale? Is this consumer supporting this particular farmer? That's the only way what I can see now. Why? Because it is not subsidized right now. The government is saying everything has to be done by this particular farmer only. Once the farmers scale up, when the population scale ups with no limitations, these people will get into the policy. They have got no option with that. Why? Because in democracy, they need to listen to the voice of the people, larger community. So this is one option for positioning, to wait for the policy, to go with the farmer who basically works in the organic farmer like Ravish, like Chandana, whatever it is. Or else, you got a lot of public spaces, right, in Bangalore. A lot of spaces, BBMP spaces are there. Small areas are there. A lot of sites are there, BDA sites are there, not yet utilized. Discuss with the BDA people, discuss with the small governance, discuss with the panchayat, take that property, do that gardening. I'm telling you, honestly, if you do a small garden, kitchen garden of 30, 40, easily 2 families can be there. Easily, I'm telling you. Early morning, you can spend time with your plants. You will get fantastic medicinal crops. I'm not saying this food, medicinal crop early in the morning. You can take this Amrit Balli. You can do all these medicinal plants, which are good for the human being. Early in the morning, take that glass of good medicinal plant herbs decoction, right? You can grow a lot of carrots, radish, the one who grows inside the soil. I love the crop who are grown inside the soil with the action of microbes, with the action of organic content, the nutrition will be very high. So grow a lot of all your gardeners, means kitchen gardeners and the open space gardeners and small space gardeners. I request you people to grow the crop which are there inside the soil. Grow beetroot, carrot, radish, kol. These things you grow. And very small vegetables like your tomato, brinjal, and lady's finger and all on the upper area. Means these soil, inside the soil, you grow some certain vegetables means they are automatically rich in nutrition. So take this public spaces, do this community. Community garden is much more powerful. 5 people, Poshni and 5 people can join together their hands and they do the gardening. I know daily if you can't do practice, 5 people can do practice, right? A small 30-40 site means or 60-40 site. Four family can join together. One day she will do, one day he will do, whatever it is. And community is a fantastic play. Your kids will participate, you will participate, a lot of friends will participate, they will learn this, and a lot of happenings will happen, right? Chai pe charcha. Kids education. This is very interesting chapter. What is that we are teaching our kids? Honestly speaking, though I am into a lot of this education chapter, I did my blah 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 XYZ. I can't remember any mathematics. I can't remember any physics. Why? Because that too is for me is like anything. Bits of pieces of botany and bits of pieces of zoology. That too in a hanky panky way. But I studied 28 years. Whatever I did actually inside my college or inside my school or inside my house means any stories. Memories are into stories. I can't remember any formulas, anything, but any stories. So create a lot of happenings and stories to your kids. Let them do all this education inside the school, but create stories. One day I went over there, I plucked the brinjal, there were a lot of photos were inside, and my mother and my friends, they told me not to eat. That's a story behind the chapter. Create interesting stories, create interesting places. Don't say kids are nonsense. Basically, we are nonsense. That's the reason we create places nonsense, and that's the reason they are trying nonsense. Create a space, right? If there is no space, what they will do? 25 years back, Bangalore, a lot of people are there. 25 years back, Bangalore. It's in heaven, basically. We used to play, we used to dance, we're doing everything, all nonsense. Today, where is the space? Tell me, where is the space? So we are blaming our kids. ನನ್ನ kid ಸರಿಗಿಲ್ಲ ಸರಿ ಓದಲ್ಲ ಅದೇ ಬರೀ gadget ಇರ್ತದೆ. What they will do? We are also into gadget. Now we are into laptop, right? That is also gadget. Let me accept what we are now. So that's the reason they are like that. So create a lot of interesting places. So they will create stories. Why people go to temple and mosque? It's a place where stories will be there. Stories of Rama will be there. Stories of Krishna will be there. Story of Anuma will be there. Story of Jesus Christ will be there. Something will be there. Interesting stories will be there. That's the reason temple is very important for the temples or mosque or whatever it is. I'm not denying any ideologies. So that space is very important for me. Create space. My friends are there in Good Earth. Good Earth is a fantastic space. I'm not doing any marketing. Don't think in that way. Good Earth is a fantastic space. We create a lot of space over there. Urban space, a lot of spaces there. People do come and play over there. A lot of interesting gardens are there. A lot of interesting discussions will happen over there. That's community. That's where Laurie Baker and Gandhi dreamt about the communities, creating villages. Yeah. Parenting. Everyone knows about parenting today. We keep on lying and we expect our kid to be like Satyameva Jayati. Right? That's a problem with the parenting. Please understand. Again, I remember and recall my Gandhian words. First, you say the truth. Automatically, the earth will follow you. First, you be honest. First, you start kitchen and garden. First, you start your education. First, you do everything. You become the role model. Don't expect others to be. Don't give any advocacy. People, their IQs are very high, especially next generation IQ is very high. I'm not saying my kid or your kid. Next generation kids are outstanding. We need to tap that. Everyone become Albert Einstein. Everyone will become Mahatma Gandhi for me. They got their IQ. Don't worry about those things. But create interesting spaces and you be very alert. They will see you. They are seeing you. So don't lie. Do good things. End of the day, you should be the role model for your kids. So don't say that you're nonsense. Don't say that you're not practicing. You start practicing early in the morning for 1 hour. They will also join you. Honestly, my kid is that like that. She joins in every aspects of my path. And I think, yeah, these are very educated people. Everyone, I'm not saying my kid or your kid, but yes, we should be the role model. A small house with a small library. You can see in my video, a small library, like I'll not be there here. I spend most of my time in my ashram, but this space is for our kids. A small library space. In that, lot of kitchen gardens, lot of good ideology people, Gandhi or Buddha or Mahavira or Ram, everyone should be there in your places. create that interesting places. Hospitals. Whenever I go to hospital, they speak only about nonsense. Don't feel bad about me. You take this injection, you take this tablet. They keep on doing that. Why don't you say, don't worry, boss, cough is there. When there is a climate change, cough will be there. Fever will be there. That's a nature. That's the nature of the science. And you need to acclimatize to that particular process. You do one thing. Come here. Go there. That's a garden. That's an herbal garden. You select those herbs. Okay? And that lady will be there. You just give that herbs to that lady. She will prepare a decoction. You be there. Enjoy it. 3 day come here. Early in the morning and evening. Keep on taking the decoction. And you enjoy with the kids. Okay? You're done. And definitely placebo effect will be there. All you people are working in that angle of thought, I know. I know many of the doctors don't know what they are giving, but there's a placebo effect. I believe the doctors are doing everything. My portion is there, my Dr. Nagendra is there. 50% is done. Whatever they give, that is done. I know you also follow that game. But yes, give that herbal garden. Means 90% of the small elements don't give that medicines to the people. I can say, rest down, be calm. This is a Vipassana center. Be here for 3 days. Enjoy whatever you want. You go to your house, come back, one sip. Okay. Anyhow, you are taking money. Money is not a big factor. They will pay you. And disease is cured, and his health is cured, and you are not disturbing his gut also. And this one of the hospital called Bharat Cancer Hospital. It's in Mysore. I don't promote any hospitals on. Don't think in that angle. They are doing a fantastic cultivation. Please, anyone in Mysore or Bangalore nearby, just go to Bharat Center. They do practice fantastic organic farming. And they provide all the food with respect to organic farming. I went into the kitchen. There's no romanticism. They use only organic foods. Only organic foods. They grow it. They allow patients to involve in the process. Cancer patients are there. They are involving. Doctors are involving. That's the beauty of it. If doctors are involving, automatically everyone will win. What is there in it? So that's a beauty. So being a doctor, you involve yourself. Please change the diet. I'm not a dietitian. Please don't blame me. I practice this diet. I'm happy. That's all. 50% of the vegetables and fruits daily. Whatever your whole pattern, I'm just giving a thought. Not for the hospital. This is for my ashram, but I'm throwing the same light for you people. You people are experts. You need to guide me. 50% of my whole process is vegetables and fruits. I'm happy. 20% are pulses. 10 to 15% are cereals, and 10% is good fat like good ghee, etc., etc., etc. This 10 to 15% is more than enough. Usually we take almost 60 to 80% cereals. If I see the Indian diet system, if I see the nutrition chart, if I see the whatever government of India bulletins and all, they say 60 to 80% of the cereals. But I suggest 10 to 15% of the good cereals. Everything is good again. Good cereals, good pulses, good vegetables, good fruits. And being 50% vegetables and fruits, you can grow your vegetables. 50% of your diet is done in your kitchen garden itself. Grow papaya, grow your bananas. You're done. 50% of your vegetables can be accommodated by your own gardens. 20% of the pulses. 10 to 15% is the cereals, whatever you want to eat. Small red rice or small chapati, one or two chapati, java godi chapati, whatever. 10% is a good fat. Okay. Please cut down the sugar. Yes, everyone knows it. You people are experts, I know. Please cut down the sugar. If I say cut down the sugar, it will not be nullified. Please cut down for 75%. Then they will, okay, small quantity of jaggery is okay for us. Okay. And I request, apart from this particular input to your body, your mind should be very calm. Please play with the kid. That's a secret. Don't give 1 hour time to anyone. No, play with the kid. ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಜೊತೆ ಆಟ ಆಡಿ. Please keep on playing with the kid, not only your kid, your neighbors, etc., etc., etc. Fantastic. It's basically it will take you like anything. So that's more than enough. That's enough. So good food and good 1 hour time. Automatically it boosts your energy like anything. That's what I am. Now, majority of the people discuss about this water, RO water, alkaline water, that this and all. But I discussed with one of my friend who works in the Indian Institute of Science. He's called Rainwater Man of India. You can browse later on. So his house in Vijayanagar, basically. He placed the silver foil a thin silver foil inside the tumbler, whatever the water, a normal water. He pours the water inside the tumbler, means 10 liters, and he places a foil inside, silver foil inside. Surface, you need to increase the surface area. You need not to work on the thickness of the silver foil. Increase the surface area of the foil and dip inside. Allow it for 7 days. That's what he says. All your bacteria, virus, and all will be done. Then you drink. Why? Because 95 to 98% of your water will be affected only with the pathogens. Nothing called minerals and all. No need to panic about those things. So waterborne diseases, somewhere I'm problem with the throat, somewhere irritation, means it's waterborne disease. It's a pathogen. So first is gold, basically. You need to put the gold inside. We can't do, no one can afford it. So next is silver. People say about copper and all, but as per my understanding and his understanding, we also did it. This is research for almost 1 year. Silver is excellent. That's the reason, this kids, whenever the small kids are there in your houses, until 1 year they use the silver. Everything will be silver, silver spoon, silver, silver, silver. When you go to the newborn kid house, you present that silver everything, right? So that's where it will be. That culture had this basically. So we put a gold inside that. Basically, those things are good for your uh, bacteria and viruses. Yes. With this, I end my slide. Our own skills and wisdom deserves the highest priority. External education should follow, not lead. I can follow the Western system. I'm not denying it, but they should not lead us. So the same way we should not lead someone. That's a different issue. Our own wisdom, our own skills, our own experience is there. Right? We need to upskill it. We need to enlighten it. Tropical research is different. Temperate research is different. You can't take the temperate research to the tropical people. You can't take the equatorial research into tropical people. That's very simple understanding. North Karnataka is different. South Karnataka is different. Kerala is different. Karnataka is different. Kerala food habit is totally different. Their culture is different. 150 to 180 years, they have got a habit of reading, 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 reading. That's the reason literacy level is very high. So they eat the food which has grown inside the soil. Why? Because they are into Western Ghats. They can't grow the food basically. The rainfall is more than 3000 mm. So I can't inject Karnataka to Kerala, do this type of research in agriculture, to eat this type of food. We should not lead that, right? That is different, and we are different. In the same way, Bill Gates is different, India is different. He can say something, I'm not denying it, knowledge can be anyway, but they should not come and lead us, lead the food system, lead the education, lead our pharma, entire, he want to lead the entire planet. The dream of Bill Gates? He want to control the whole food system of the planet through genetically modified food. So he's trying to lead us. So I am the strong believer of Gandhi. So no, they should not lead us. With this, I try to end I'm not a good speaker, I know, but I try to present whatever the small knowledge I got. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.